Hello, you beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode. This week, I am going to dive into what it means to create a deeper awareness for yourself. I am in school to become a holistic practitioner, which I am very excited about. I feel like this is such an aligned thing that's happened for me on my journey, and I can't wait to see where this is going to take me. And now that I'm in the thick of it with school, I had to do this assignment. Our assignment was we had to pick one self care thing that we focused on every day for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we had to submit a reflection about what this assignment brought into our awareness. And I picked the self-care habit of like a daily check-in and just once a day sitting with myself and becoming super aware of my energy, how I feel, and what's going on with me physically, energetically, emotionally, spiritually. So I got really into this assignment and I started doing it multiple times throughout the day. Creating this deeper sense of awareness gave me so many answers to questions I maybe didn't even realize that I had. And I had a light bulb moment of like, oh, this is truly the first step in making a really big change in your life, whether it be for health reasons or other reasons. This is how we tune into our body and listen to the wisdom that our body is whispering to us because our bodies are so intelligent. Our energy is so smart. And when you have this deep awareness of your energy, of your body, any little shift, any little thing that's off, you will notice a difference and it becomes like a map for you to follow what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. And I think this is such a key for maintaining a high level of health and wellness in your life. Awareness is the foundation of every real change. Anytime that you want to make a shift in your life, no matter what aspect of your life that may be, the first step is awareness, and having this awareness can help you to navigate what actually works and what actually doesn't for you because everybody is so different. We're all in different situations. We all have a different health journey, a different emotional regulation, all these things. Most people want results, but they want these results before they have this better understanding of themselves. And if you don't have this deep connection to yourself, to your energy, how are you going to know what actually works for you? So, my biggest thing from this episode is going to be all about slowing down enough to listen to what your body is trying to tell you. So, what do I mean by deeper awareness? Okay, awareness is not judgment, it is not you judging yourself for making decisions, but it is coming from a state of observation. And so, for an example, with food, if you eat something and after you're done eating it, you just observe how you feel. Okay, this has helped me make a lot better decisions when it comes to my diet because now I will stop and think about if I eat this, how am I going to feel? Because anytime I have ate something, for example, deep fried food, I went to my niece's hockey game and they have all the rink food, poutine, and all this stuff. And my taste buds are like, absolutely. But I took a minute and I sat with that feeling, thinking about like, how gross do I feel after I eat deep fried food? My stomach hurts. I feel heavy. I feel groggy. I feel like I could take a nap for 4 hours. Is that the energy that I want to put in my body? No. So I didn't eat anything at the hockey game. And instead, I waited till I got home and made a healthy chicken and salad and rice. And I felt really good, and I felt even better that I had that awareness to make that decision for myself. And I'm like, this is just the key to navigating everything in life, okay? We start from a base point. Like, how do I feel right now? Okay, if I eat this, do I feel better? No. If I eat this, do I feel worse? Yes. Okay. And noticing what foods what foods make you feel what way, then that way when you're in a state of lacking something, maybe it's energy, maybe it's nutrients, you can listen to those cravings that your body is telling you it wants those things because of whatever that food provides for you that your body is lacking. This deeper awareness is really about noticing without immediately trying to fix it. It's just an awareness. You don't need to scrap everything in your life overnight and start over, but every single day you're trying to get a little bit better, and knowing how much better you feel when you do make these better decisions for yourself, because that will become second nature. And it gives you the tools to know, like, okay, I'm in this place where I feel like I'm lacking energy. What can I eat to help me? What can I do to help me? What does my body need in this moment? Because most of us are so disconnected from our bodies because we're always doing. We're always trying to do something. Maybe it's the next diet. Maybe it's all different kinds of exercise. We're working all the time. We're constantly go, go, go. We're stressed about all these things that are unnecessary, and it takes us out of our bodies because we're not being present, we're not focusing our awareness in how we feel. And that is a big part of the health crisis that we are all in right now, because we are disconnected from what our bodies are trying to tell us. And awareness is what brings us back into our body. We are being extremely present in the moment when you are sitting there and you are tuning in. How does my stomach feel right now? Do I feel bloated? Does it feel inflamed? Does it feel like upset because I just ate something? If I eat anything that has a lot of oil in it, my stomach is like, "Ugh, I don't like that." And it's important to know that because it affects so many aspects of your life. So what we want to do by creating this deeper awareness is being able to support our body in the way it needs, because we are listening to what it's telling us and not just making decisions based off small dopamine hits that we're going to get from eating the junk food or from doing whatever it is we maybe shouldn't be doing. So this school assignment that I was talking about started to become something bigger for myself, of an intentional daily check-in becoming something I do more than once a day. And just anytime I think about it, I just instantly tune in. How am I feeling? Well, right now I'm feeling tired. I haven't had any caffeine today. It's almost time for me to take my one little caffeine thing I have every day before I go to the gym. And I feel really good when I drink that. I've switched to this instead of coffee because I like cream and sugar in my coffee, and my body doesn't need this extra cream and sugar. So I've been taking these other options for caffeine, and I really like it, and it really feels good in my body. And I'm glad that I made that decision. I get myself one a day, and maybe there's days like tomorrow I have to go pick up my mom from the airport at 5 a.m. So I'm probably going to drink two tomorrow. But for my average every day, I will drink one around 11 to noon, and then I will have an adrenal cocktail to give my body what it needs versus just feeding it more and more caffeine if I'm feeling kind of tired. But also, I'm allowing myself to be tired. I don't want to be, not all day, every day, that's not good, but I don't need to be giving myself caffeine at 4 p.m. to not be tired when I need to go to bed at a decent hour. I want to start getting tired and winding down so that by the time it's 8 or 9 o'clock, I'm ready to do my bedtime routine and crawl into bed. And that's not a way I lived life before this, when I was DJing and teaching dance until late and all these things that made me pretty much nocturnal. So it's very interesting to honor my body's natural cycles and how that's feeling for me. And every day is going to be different, okay? Especially as a woman, because we have a cycle that lasts 28 ish days that we have to honor. And for through each phase of this cycle, our energy is changing, our hormones are changing, our emotions are fluctuating. So it's important that we honor that every day is going to be a little bit different. And having that deeper sense of awareness allows us to honor what we need each and every day, because I, for one, am not somebody who can do the exact same thing every day. I get way too bored way too fast. So I like having this connection with myself so that I don't feel like I have to do the same thing every day, and I can honor what I feel like my body actually needs instead of forcing routines that are actually in the long run not helping me. Things I've noticed. I started doing red light therapy. I really love it. I was doing it at nighttime thinking it was part of my nighttime routine. Well, I was not falling asleep as fast afterward. Then I did some research, realized it's something you should do in the morning or during the day and not at night. So now I know, okay, I'm not doing 30 minutes of red light therapy right before I go to bed because it's stimulating my brain of hello, it's daytime, not getting time to wind down. Also, lighting. Turn off the lights, okay? When it's dark outside, let it be kind of dark in your house because it's good for your circadian rhythm. Some things that I really notice is how good I feel in my workouts if I eat a super high protein breakfast and then work out. I love how good I feel in my body. I love how strong I feel in my workout. There was a day where I ran out of my breakfast sausage that I eat, and I had a way smaller, less protein packed breakfast, and I went to the gym and I felt weaker. I felt like I couldn't lift as heavy. I felt like I didn't have as good of a workout. So I know deep, deep inside, one of those moments where you're like, cha-ching, okay, I figured it out. I have to eat a lot of protein before I go to the gym. I eat, I let myself digest a little bit, then I go take my grandma her lunch, go to the gym. This has been my routine and it feels so good. And if I eat breakfast earlier and I will have a snack before I go, something that is high in protein, and it's made my workouts feel better, more efficient. Also invested in a fitness app who has like a coach that walks you through what you need to do. My god, has this been a game changer, you guys. I have been going to the gym for years at this point. I very much enjoy lifting weights, but it's like I know what I'm doing. I know how to have proper form. I know all these things, but I would get bored and I felt like I would spend so much time at my workout thinking about what I wanted to do. So I have this girl who I followed for years. She's the cutest thing ever. I subscribed to the app that she works with and have her as my coach, and she's literally in my ear talking me through my workout, so I actually don't even have to look at my phone. You can reference like the exercise she's doing if maybe you're unfamiliar. She gives you keys to check in to make sure that your form is good, and I am literally obsessed. I feel like I'm so motivated to follow this workout routine. I love her workouts. It's like enough to make you tired, but it's not so much that you're like, oh my God, I can't move the next day. It's wonderful. So I highly recommend investing in a fitness app and having somebody to coach you through. Even if you know what you're doing, it's nice to just have somebody to tell you what to do and not have to think about it, not have to sit down and plan a workout or think about exercises that you want to do this week. Such a time saver, so worth the investment. I am really happy that I did that for myself. Another thing is really recognizing when you need rest to support your body rather than pushing through something. If you need to rest, rest, especially if you're a woman and you get your period. You should not be moving. The day that you have your period, especially your heaviest day of your period, you should be sitting still and letting your body do what it needs to do. And you should have somebody almost wait on you hand and foot because you are a goddess. And I know that's not realistic because not everybody has somebody who can take care of them at just any beck and call, but take care of yourself. Take all the things that you need, put them in arm's reach of you so that you can spend most of your day not moving. Because when you're in that energy, when you're in that part of your cycle and your body is shedding, you know what's not helping it? Trying to lift heavy weights, trying to run a marathon, trying to go, 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 go all day long. And we wonder why we have all these issues with our cycles, but we are not honoring what our body needs. And that is such a big issues. So if you have very difficult periods, tune in and ask yourself, ask your body, what do you need? How can I better support you? Because I bet you any amount of money that listening to those little intuitive whispers and honoring what your body needs, your cycles are going to become so much better. And yes, there's more to it because it has to do with your hormone levels, what you're putting in your body, your toxic load, all these different things that affect our cycle as a woman. But taking that first step of awareness of like, my period sucks today. I am bloated. I am inflamed. I have cramps. You know what I'm not doing? Moving. I'm not moving. I'm going to lay here. I'm going to let my body rest and heal, and I'm going to nourish it and drink a lot of water with minerals in it and give my body what it needs. So, awareness is really important when it comes to our nutrition for a few reasons. A, because there is so much information out there about nutrition and so much conflicting information. Who are you listening to? What you need to listen to is your body, because what works for some might not work for others, and that is okay. But this is why it's important that we learn to honor our bodies and how we feel in our bodies. So then you can make decisions for yourself. Like for me, I don't eat pork and I haven't for a while. It's an energetic thing for me. I don't think that it's the cleanest, best source of protein for my body. So it's something that I just cut out. And it's honestly been pretty easy. I've accidentally ate it a couple times and regretted my decision. So I know that it is a good decision for me that I don't need to eat pork. The next thing in my life I am phasing out is gluten. I don't necessarily need to be 100% gluten free, but I know I feel better when I don't eat it and choose to eat things like sourdough, if that maybe once in a while, but I just don't really eat bread. And looking for different options for eating instead of sandwiches or things where you're going to lean towards eating the bread. I will eat rice instead of pasta, things like that, so that I avoid that. Not because I'm gluten intolerant or celiac and it's not an allergy for me, but I do know that I do feel better when I don't eat it. So making those decisions when I go to the grocery store that I'm buying maybe chickpea pasta instead, or I'm going to eat rice and potatoes as my starch over bread and pasta. And because each food is going to give you different nutrients, a different kind of energy. So notice how you feel. If your energy is crashing when you in the afternoon after you eat something for breakfast, maybe that breakfast had too much sugar in it and you need to make sure that you're getting more protein and things so that you can stable your blood sugar and you're not eating like Lucky Charms for breakfast and then you have no energy by 11 a.m. That would be a sign that that's not working well for your body. It can help you personalize your nutrition instead of following any set of rules, not having to weigh your food, but noticing, how much better you feel when you eat 100 grams of protein a day. Maybe you weigh it out so you can see how much protein that is so that you can eyeball it and know, okay, I need to eat a chicken breast and this much yogurt and whatever it is. And it becomes just like second nature to you, and not following a diet, because anytime that you're following a diet, it's not necessarily sustainable. It has to be a lifestyle choice or you're going to fall back on it. It has to be a shift of just like, this is what I do. It's not, I'm not eating gluten for a month and then I'm fine. It's I know I don't feel good when I eat this. So it's going to be a treat, but every time I go to eat it, what am I doing? I'm tuning in and I'm asking myself, how am I going to feel after I eat this treat? And is it worth my energy being depleted? Is it worth my stomach hurting? Is it worth feeling inflamed? Is it worth my skin breaking out? Is it worth all these things that happen when we don't honor what our body needs? And not being guilty or shameful or judgmental towards ourselves. But again, just that deeper awareness creates such a powerful place to come from when we're making these decisions because it's overwhelming. How much food is in the grocery store? 90% of it we shouldn't be putting in our bodies. But even it's like, okay, what vegetables do I like? Well, I need to rotate through my vegetables because I might like Brussels sprouts, but I can't only eat Brussels sprouts because I need different kinds of nutrients. And just knowing and making these decisions for yourself, I promise you. And every time you eat something, 30 minutes later, tune in and ask yourself, how do I feel after I eat this? It will help you make better decisions when you're grocery shopping and knowing like, oh, that's why I'm feeling like this right now because I just ate ice cream. My tummy always hurts when I eat ice cream. It doesn't agree with me. There's a lot of chemicals in here that my body doesn't know how to process or what to do with, and it's coming out in my skin. It's coming out in inflammation. It's coming out in all these different ways. So maybe I should not do that every day. Maybe once a nice hot summer day, you're taking your nieces for ice cream, you have an ice cream. That's not going to kill you. But if you're eating it every single day and you're like, why do I keep having this problem? Ding, ding, ding. There it is. And awareness, another thing we can create a deep awareness in is movement. Honor what kind of movement your body needs in that day and what kind of movement that you feel and what kind of movement that feels best for you in your body. So, I tried Pilates, I really liked it, but I actually felt like it didn't challenge me enough and I wanted it to be like heavier and harder because I've done weightlifting for so long. So, something I would do once in a while for fun, but not something I feel like would make me feel stronger in my body. Yoga, I love yoga. I love the flow of yoga and how it teaches your body to like move in these circuits and again, so good for you, but it doesn't have the same benefits as strength training. I love strength training, but I also know that if I do too much or only strength training, my body gets really tight and really sore. So I know that for me, the best option is to incorporate all of these things, where it's things like Pilates, yoga, weightlifting, and I love stretching. I stretch every day as part of my workout routine. As a dancer, I feel gross in my body if I don't stretch. And dance is also another way that I love to get exercise. However, it's not the easiest thing to do if you don't have a space for it. So a lot of the time, it's just me dancing around the kitchen. But dance is really important as it helps you to flow and move energy within your body, same as yoga and things like Tai Chi. But notice what your body needs. You need movement every day. Even a rest day can look like going for a walk or just stretching your body. But any day that you're sitting stagnant, your energy is sitting stagnant in your body. And in the end, it's not going to be the best decision for you. Again, there's probably going to be days where maybe you need absolutely nothing, like the day that you're bleeding the heaviest, but let movement be another form of communication you have with your body of like, I have all this energy, I'm gonna go put it towards something beneficial and go to the gym, lift weights. Because if you let that energy sit there and get stagnant or you're not using it in a way that's efficient, it's going to create more problems down the road. And we were made to move and jump and breathe and dance and celebrate and become stronger, lift heavy things and put them down. It might sound lame if you're not somebody who works out, but my God, is it satisfying? And to watch yourself progress over time is just such a beautiful thing. And it teaches you that you can do difficult things. It teaches you the importance of follow through and structure and discipline and things that I am not always good at. But when I am good at them, I notice the biggest difference. So I know it's important for me to do that. Another thing is sleep. Okay, I have an Ultra Human ring I just got a couple weeks ago. I am literally obsessed, you guys. If you don't have a smart ring, I highly recommend. It tracks your sleep, gives you a score, and then from that score, it gives you information on how you can improve your sleep. So I started to notice a lot of things that affect my sleep, like eating close to bedtime, light exposure, stress, red light I can't do right before bed, and if I had enough food during the day or not enough food during the day. And then when you wake up in the morning, also how you feel is dictated by how good of quality you sleep you had. So your bedtime routine and what you do to help yourself wind down and have a good sleep is so important because it affects your entire next day. If you're having a shitty sleep, then your energy is shitty the next day, and it can be a negative cycle, a negative feedback cycle. So, prioritizing things in your nighttime routine to allow yourself to have the most optimal sleep is setting you up for success the next day. And I just love that I have this data every day that I can tune in and be like, I had a low sleep score and I felt like I had a shitty sleep. So this checks out. I need to work on this. For me, I always lose points in my sleep score. For restfulness, I have never slept still my entire life. And I don't think that it is me having a bad sleep. I'm like, when I was a kid, I used to wake up with my head at one side of my on one side of my bed, and I would wake up with my head on the other side of my bed, like where my feet were. And I have probably flipped around 5 times in between then, which is funny because I have extremely vivid dreams. And I saw this video on Instagram the other day that was like light workers in their sleep recently. And it was like this guy just flipping out in his bed. And I'm like, this is literally me. I am off somewhere doing some other task at nighttime when I am so deeply asleep here. And my body is reflecting whatever the heck I'm doing in my astro traveling because I am always moving. But I'm going to start doing some nighttime mocktails to help improve my sleep, and I will let you know how that goes. I do sleep really well. I'm a super deep sleeper, but if I have a shitty sleep, boy, do I feel what that does to my body. If you struggle with discipline, just know same. I was not raised in a house where discipline was there, and it created a lot of issues for me in my adult life and having to learn how to teach myself the importance of discipline and not looking at it as punishment, but as like the solid ground you need to move forward. And know that this doesn't have to be discipline. All You don't necessarily need more discipline. Maybe you do. I sure do. But it me helps you have more awareness. It helps you build self-trust, and that self-trust helps you to build consistency because you know yourself better and you understand what you need more. So it's easier for you to make those decisions. And when you have that consistency, you end up creating the results that you desire, whether it's in health, in any form of health and wellness, because it is all so intertwined. Our physical health affects our mental health, which affects our emotional health, which affects our spiritual health, and every other combination thereof. So just check in. Is there a day where you just feel a heavy emotion? That is going to happen. This world is heavy. There's some heavy things going on. Sometimes we are just having an off day, and that is completely okay. That is completely human. And that doesn't mean you need to ever not allow yourself to feel that, but honor that. What do I need to do when I feel really heavy? Maybe I need to go move that energy out of my body. Maybe I need to eat something that grounds me. Maybe I need to shake and just shake it off. Maybe I need to journal. Maybe I need to go outside and get some fresh air. There's all these tools, and when you can tune in and see that something's off, you can pick which tool from your toolbox you need to use to help you with that issue. But awareness is literally the first most profound step on this journey, and it's a tool that's going to help you use all of your other tools. So ask yourself, how does my body feel? What feels supportive to me right now? What is draining me right now? And there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. It's just learning to create that awareness and honor whatever it is that comes up for you, because your body is always communicating with you. And when you deepen that awareness, it's like learning how to tune into the language of your body. And it's going to help you so much on your health and healing journey and make it become second nature and not something that you feel like you have to fight to do all the time. So, I that is that is all on awareness. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I am really excited about everything that I'm learning in school, and I can't wait to share more with you guys about what it is I'm learning and the stuff that I learn along the way. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love to chat with you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.